Good afternoon, Albuquerque, and those tuning in. We're here today to talk about our summer programs. This is a very important day because it's registration day for a lot of them. And so we'll be providing an update on all the things that the city is doing to help families and kids this summer. We are here at Loma Linda Community Center, and as a footnote for folks, this is the home of our therapeutic programs, and that includes a wheelchair-accessible playground. A lot of people don't know we have that. It's right there. It also includes a sort of autism-appropriate play space over there. So just want to highlight some great things in one of our city facilities. This facility also is getting a new gym later in the fall. Okay, so first, a little bit of an update on vaccinations. Vaccinations, of course, are helping us to have fewer restrictions and have safer gatherings. And is a reminder, I think everyone kind of knows this, but the state is sort of tracking on, a opening around end of June. And that does allow us to have all sorts of summer programs. And so that's why we're talking about this today, because now basically we have a sort of green light, if you will, to proceed with a lot of these programs. Now, these programs are a huge part of the history of our city. And we have really gone from helping, originally just a couple of thousand kids to now almost 60,000 participants in our programs. And this has been happening for generations, but it continues to happen, and our administration has really prioritized that. And so we're getting thousands of more kids into all things City of Albuquerque summer than we used to. And to give you an idea how long this has been around, I was part of these programs back when I used to work at Arroyo del Oso golf course. I forget the minimum age back then. I think it was 14. So anyway, these programs have been around for a long time, and a lot of these are sort of city kids like myself who grew up with a lot of Parks and Rec programming in our lives. Now, this summer, we are going to be able to do a lot. As a reminder, last summer, we made it a point to keep these programs going, again, in a COVID-safe, limited way. But they did occur mostly last summer, but obviously in much smaller fashion. And so now we're able to really bring them up to a much bigger standard. But just statistics from last summer, we had 42 in-person programs with 59,000 participants in attendance, and we had 28 virtual programs with 18,000 participants, and we invested about $2.3 million in youth wages. Remember, part of the summer programs is we hire essentially high school and college kids to work with middle and elementary kids. And so this year, or last year, we were able to even hire 875 youth staff and 130 internships. And this year, we'll be back to sort of almost a full complement, and we'll hear more about how big these programs are going to be. To put this in perspective, by the way, about 2/3 of the city of Albuquerque's kids are involved in our summer programs. And so in February, we held a virtual job fair that attracted 970 registrants that resulted in 125 interviews. We're continuing all our summer hiring, and the youth staff is getting ready to do all sorts of programs in accordance with the public health order. But now is the day where parents can sign up for lottery for a lot of these programs. And if you're selected, remember there's a lottery, and then if you're selected, then you register. And it is a rolling list, so we will fill up all of these programs. And so we do keep a wait list. So if you don't initially hear back, know that you're in the system and that you will. So we are also grateful to see non-city childcare options coming back. This is very important because last summer we did a lot of extra childcare. We don't have to do that this summer because all of the sort of traditional non-city funded childcare options are going to be available this summer. Now, we basically know that we're going to be able to accommodate an additional 3,000 kids into our programs this year because of the relaxed health restrictions, so that's a great thing. Now, we need everyone who's eligible to take the vaccine, if you're eligible to get it, so that on June 30th, we can more than double the number of kids in our programs. And by the way, this also means our summer meal program is back. And so that'll be fully up and running. And here to walk through the details on this is our youth program sort of lead manager, Kristen Chavez-Smith. Kristen?
Thanks so much. I'm Kristen Chavez-Smith. I'm a Community Services Division Manager with the Department of Family and Community Services. We're really excited to get ready for summer and get these registrations going. So as since the beginning of COVID, our goal is to offer our summer programs at the maximum possible capacity while still taking into consideration the safety of our participants and staff. That's obviously super important still, even as we're coming out of COVID. The virtual job fair that the mayor mentioned gave us a great start in our hiring process, and we're starting to wrap that up currently. And we're actually hiring so that if some of our guidelines loosen throughout summer, we'll be able to increase capacity as summer progresses. So that's really exciting for us. So as the mayor said, registration's really ramping up this week. So we started lottery yesterday, actually, for community centers and multi-generational centers. And so I do want to remind everyone, it is an application for the lottery. So you put your application in, you put all of the kids together on one application. We'll do a drawing in a couple weeks, and then if your name is drawn, you register for the program. And we encourage families to register for multiple community centers if you really want to get in. Traditionally, we do have a really high demand for these programs, so we want to make sure that families have every opportunity to get in and that we serve as many kids as we absolutely can. So, and then of course, if programs don't fill up, we'll open those programs up to the public after the registration week ends. We're also, the Department of Arts and Culture is currently working on developing a slew of in-person and virtual programs, so they're getting ready, and we're hoping that maybe some of the virtual programs can transition to in-person as, the COVID crisis improves. The next big registration that I know everyone's really excited about is coming this weekend. Those are all the Parks and Recreation registrations. So starting on May 8th, that's your swim lessons, your tennis lessons, your open space camps. Those are going to open up this weekend. So that's really exciting. And then we are also getting ready to start our summer meal program. So our summer meal program will start on June 1st in a variety of locations throughout the city of Albuquerque, at parks, community centers, libraries, all sorts of places. It is a free lunch program for anyone under the age of 18. We'll be able to do grab-and-go meals still. So if you're a little uncomfortable eating in a park still, you can grab that meal and have a good, safe, healthy meal to go. But we'll also be eating in parks and sharing meals this summer. So registration is not required for our meal program. It is first come, first serve. But, as we get participation, they adjust numbers, and we try to serve as many meals as we can. So you can go to cabq.gov/summer meals for more information on that. And then for all of our summer youth programs, I really encourage everyone to check out our Youth Connect website. That's yc.cabq.gov. That's where we list all of our youth programs from many, many departments. And we add new programs in. So like I said, as the situation improves, we're hoping to even bring more programs on throughout summer. So check that website regularly. We'll be keeping it up to date and register for our programs. And good luck in the lottery. So I will hand it back to Mayor.
All right. Very exciting for our city, and I know for families and kids. Now also, we want to highlight some details from our site supervisor here. But before I do that, I do want to touch on that we're still hiring, which I know Kristen mentioned too, but that's also really important. Like a lot of, I get asked a lot, like, hey, my kids used to work for the city at whatever Parks and Rec Center, and the answer is we are hiring. And so all that information is on the website. Okay, so I think with that, actually, let's hand it over to Caitlin Johnson, our site supervisor. Caitlin, come on out.
Thank you, Mayor. I have enjoyed working for the CRE division in therapeutic recreation programs, where we work with participants with and without disabilities, providing them with an inclusive environment. It is an environment that allows me to be a positive role model on all of our participants. It is a wonderful job because it allows you to interact with the kids while also having fun. Working here for the past 3 years has given me both personal and professional growth. I have been able to serve in several different positions here at Therapeutic Recreation, including a programmer and now a supervisor. I have worked in several locations, including Mesa Verde Community Center, McCollum Elementary, and Loma Linda Community Center. I have become so close to many participants over the years, and it is nice to see their faces every summer. This past year has been very difficult due to COVID-19, but providing care for children of essential workers has been extremely rewarding. More youth employment opportunities will open up as COVID restrictions start to lift. I would highly encourage teens and young adults all around Albuquerque to apply. This experience is extremely rewarding and will open up many doors for your future. Personally, this job has inspired me for my career choice to become a social worker. Working with participants who are in the foster care system has opened my heart to helping many more in their situation. It is fast and easy to apply at cabq.gov/jobs or search summer positions on the city website. Thank you.
There you go. Thanks so much for sharing that. Thank you. Thanks so much for sharing your story, Caitlin, and great to hear about your desire to be a social worker. We're hiring those too, so when you're ready, we'll move you into that department, into the community safety department. Okay, well listen, we can take a few questions. We're a little short on time, but any questions on this?
I don't have any in the chat.
All right. Well, we want everyone to stay tuned to when those various dates are that are coming that Krista mentioned, and sign up for kids, and we'll look forward to a center or a summer that is hopefully fully open. Thanks so much.